Hello, it's Classy here back with another Tribes video, and today I'm going to walk you guys through my quick and easy Master 1 clear for the current flashback genealogy. And I made a guide on building teams for flashback genealogy pretty recently, so a lot of those ideas still apply even if the actual opposing units have been changed. So make sure to refer to that, and I'll basically go over what I did. So this is my team. Again, we have the energy cell with Sai, of course, for chakra generation, and Datara and Kid Kakashi for a lot of the support buffs. So there's crit buffs and other offensive buffs to make my units hit harder in the other cells. And for Force, we have KCM, who is extremely broken, especially because he gives so many good offensive buffs to the rest of the team. And for flashback genealogy, the Force cell is always the one going first, so you get these buffs right at the beginning of the battle for all 5 turns. And we have a Narukage here. He's also a really great nuke with good buffs for the rest of the team as well. And Kakashi for Insta-Jutsu and heavy hitting nuke. In Spirit, I've used all 5k initial vitality characters because alongside Sai, they will be able to jutsu on turn 2, which is really important for getting in more damage. So obviously the Santa and Sasori combo is not used for the confuse, but it's used for the good AoE damage and also the debuffs when you combine the two of them together. And also You Are Heavy is just a really good nuke. And stuns are pretty important too. If you can stun Hashirama, somehow that will increase your damage because his jutsu lowers attack. So now we're going to hop into the battle, and I'll just pause it turn by turn. So here we go on turn 1. A ton of buffs from all of these different characters on my team. Not all of them are going to be useful, but some of them definitely will be. So we're going to attack Tobirama on turns 1, 2, and 3. The turn order might be slightly different depending on what characters you can use, and I'll talk about replacements at the end of the video. So there you go. It's basically just KCM with the Insta-Jutsu buff. My Narukage did not use his skill 2, but if he did, that would be more attack buffs, and Kakashi is just Insta-Jutsu. The stun is not necessarily that important. Now you can see that my Spirit Cell has all of their chakra filled up already on turn 2. So we attack again, and it should get Tobirama to like half HP. It also does some damage to Hashirama and debuffs both, as you can see there. The stun is helpful, but it's not that big of a deal. So here I'm checking if Sai has a skill 2, and he does. And that's good. Kakashi's skill 2 you don't really need to use for this team because it's more applicable to T units, and I have a lot of A units. But Sai's skill 2 attack buff is applicable to all of his allies. So you see there that I was not able to stun Hashirama with T Datara, but that's fine. He does lower the attack, but I have so much buff on my team that it doesn't really matter too much. Now I switch my target over to Hashirama, and this should do most of his HP because it's just 3 really heavy nukes, and they've all been buffed up. Yeah. They're all hitting for like 1.5 mil each. Alright, so now you can see that I attack Hashirama again. The AoE will finish him off either way, so you could attack Tobirama here, it doesn't matter, but the point is to use co-op to finish both of them off. The AoE will do damage to both, it will kill Hashirama, and then You Are Heavy will finish off Tobirama. And, if you guys watched the FG team building video, this is known as a nuke style team where you rely on co-ops instead of tribes. But you can definitely use a tribe style team. Personally, on this main account, I don't have the triple Naruto tribe fully built up yet, and that's a really good one to use. So make sure to put that in your fourth cell. But that's why I'm not using it right now, but it would be really good because it does a lot of damage to Hashirama, and ideally, you want to go for a one shot on turn 5. So there you go. There's the team, and that's the completion screen. I'll go back to the actual team setup so I can talk about some replacements. So KCM, it's possible to replace him, even though he's extremely integral. But if you're trying to replace him, you can try to use some kind of debuffer like Kieran or Toby, or just another nuke. But I do like having a debuffer there if I didn't have KCM because it still increases the damage output for the rest of your units, but it doesn't have buffs, it's just debuffs. For energy, Sai you can't replace. Kid Kakashi and T Datara, there are a lot of T units that do similar things where they just buff the rest of the team. So you can use Criminal Itachi, you can use Mei. Yeah, just units like that will help out a lot. And you can even use Kid Sasuke and CM2 and Force Cell to get a turn 1 insta jutsu. And you can move Kakashi to Spirit. There's a lot of options. For Spirit, you want to use 5k initial vitality characters if possible. So you could replace Sasori with Obito, who would be really good here. I don't have Obito, unfortunately, so I couldn't do that. But there are also other good 5k vitality characters. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video and learned something, and good luck on Master 1. For Master 2, a lot of players have been using similar ideas. It's not always the same team, but it's a similar idea, and it's really hard to clear unless you have a lot of power. So far, the people I've seen that cleared Master 2 have all used teams of 750k plus total power, so that's a really big difference. But the idea still remains to be similar. And yeah, good luck.